All right, you guys. So today's podcast is popping off a little bit differently. So just FYI, today's podcast is called Flowers in the Attic. I don't know if you guys have ever read that book, but I hope that you have. I'm trying to get these daily podcasts together for us, but it's proving to be a little bit more difficult than I would have liked. Again, today's podcast is called Flowers in the Attic. And I will be right back after this audio plays. Let me know if you guys can hear this or not. Let's see if I can pull this up. No. Oh, I have to share screen. Okay, hold on. So we're going to go to a window. Is this not open? Okay, perfect. Oh, okay, here we go. This is Lyndah's story. Here we go. Much for joining me at T Hive Book Club. We have here Miss Lyndah. We're going to call her Miss Lyndah because that is who this beautiful face belongs to. Miss Lyndah has been through quite a bit, and she came to share her story. Now, mind y'all, this is for us that's going through and need that word or those words to hear that we can relate to, those horror stories that we want to prevent ourselves from going through and stuff like that. Miss Lyndah knows all of that. So I'm going to let you begin where you talk about the being locked in the closet away from your kids. And I wanted to relate that to like the Flowers in the Attic, right? You remember that movie, that book. Flowers in the Attic was one of those books that we watched as a child, or one of those books we read as a child and movies we watched as a child, that was just like so cruel and so grueling to my soul. It was hard for me to watch Flowers in the Attic. So Flowers in the Attic is, and I'm gonna do a summary of Flowers in the Attic. Let's do that right quick on GTP chat. I'm sorry, GPT chat. Okay, Flowers in the Attic is by B.C. Andrews, which, by the way, B.C. Andrews has a whole bunch of bomb-ass movies and books. Not just Flowers in the Attic. Flowers in the Attic just happens to be the most famous movie and book from B.C. Andrews. But gotta love all the series, okay? All right, B.C. Andrews, it is they call it a psychological horror from 1979. I don't agree with that. I think that shit was like a drama horror type of. It was just really crazy, right? Tells the story of the Dollinger children, Kathy, Chris, Corey, and Carrie, who were forced to live hidden away from their wealthy grandparents in the attic after their father's sudden death. It explores the themes of betrayal, greed, control, abuse, and forbidden love. And that is what Flowers in the Attic um, it was about. So, really quickly, just to dumb it down and make it so where you can understand it. This woman, her husband died. All of a sudden, she had to move with her parents. Her parents didn't approve of her having the children that she had, so she locked her children away in the attic for years and years. Her children ended up having babies with each other. Like two of her children ended up having babies with each other because they were locked up there past their adulthood. And the next series is called like Seeds in the Wind or something like that. I gotta go look it back up. But um, but the children end up growing up in the attic and they end up escaping and some more stuff. It was just absolutely crazy, but they were locked away from their mother, who was, getting used to her rich lifestyle with her parents, who didn't approve of her having these children that she had. And she had to do what she had to do, had to live with her parents. But with that being said, Flowers in the Attic, one of those crazy, crazy movies that really is scary to watch. And I know you actually went through something like that with being locked up. So, um, how did that go? It's okay.
I don't know where to begin. It's like our children are destroyed now. are messed up now because of my thing like this.
Yeah, you can cuss.
My children are mentally disturbed now because of my 9 months pregnancy being disturbed. This man that I thought was my best friend, that loved me more than anything in the world, became very abusive to me and my children. He didn't just beat me, he beat the children. My son, I had 5 kids. I lost one of my kids at at the age of 3 because he was abused. This man would take my son. He would take uh, gallons of water and put in the refrigerator. We didn't have any food because he was a Muslim, and he thought that we needed to live like Muslims live. But he was abusive.
Mm.
He would freeze water and put it in the bathtub, and he would let it get cold, and he would fill the tub up with water, from the cold water and the cold jugs of water that he would have, and he would pour it in the bathtub, and he would take my son out and undress him and dredge him down into the bathtub and hold him, and he come up shaking, gasping for air and shaking, and water's dripping, and he's trying to breathe, and he kept doing it so much. I just begged him and pleaded him not to do it anymore. And the next day, God gave me strength to take him to his son. This man used voodoo on him, real voodoo. He kept I took my son to his father, and I told him, I said, I don't know what's happened to me because I'm a fighter. I am a very bad fighter. I don't play. But this man was doing things that I couldn't understand and I had no control of. But after him seeing how he was going to kill my son, I took him to his father. And I told him, I said, I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know what's going on with me, but you need to take your son because he's going to kill him. They went to bathe him that night, and he freaked out. The baby freaked out, and they looked at his body and tried to figure out why he was scared to take a bath. Because this man had been doing it a lot. I just happened to have seen it this one time.
Mm. Keep going, you still keep going.
He had marks on the back and the front of his body.
Mm.
And they took him to the police station. And then they come to my house to get me out of my bed at 2 o'clock in the morning because he was abused. I did time for that.
Did you?
I did 2 months.
Did you?
I lost my children in the system,
Wow.
but I got them back.
Okay. Well, at least you end up getting them back. Okay, so tell us how did it begin when he started to lock you in the closet? Like, so when you're saying he locked you in the closet, you mean like he actually chained you, handcuffed you in the closet?
Handcuffed me to the closet. It was to the pole. He gave me a chair, a stool, a bucket, and it was a little window. It was a little closet, like I said, bigger than this couch. It was a small closet.
So basically like a five by five closet, basically, right?
That's fine.
Like the size of that closet?
Yeah.
Oh, that is definitely a 5 by 5 closet. That is
I was
definitely
handcuffed every day. I was pregnant with my first daughter of ours. We had 3 kids together by force. I didn't want no kids, but he forced me to have sex.
So you didn't want you didn't want any children at the time that you conceived?
I didn't want any children at all.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
With his children, I have 3 children for him. I spent 5 years there by force. Like I say, the glue that he used is what kept me there. He kept me bald headed. He kept me chained up. I would be pregnant for 9 months. Notice 9 months. I would eat every 2 to 3 days. He would starve me. I could bathe whenever he would let me bathe. He would take me out and let me get in bed and go to sleep. He would have sex with me every night. And he would beat me just because. He kept me bald headed. He cooked. He would kept all the only thing that was in the house was in his briefcase. The knives, the forks, the spoons, the pots and pans was always in his car. I never had nothing to. That's how the house was empty. It had no books. It had no start. It had no phones. We had no water. We had no lights because he was a Muslim, and we had to live like the white man was taking our life away from us, and we couldn't have these things because it was the white man's way. So my second daughter.
Remind me of Nature Boy. You go ahead.
I don't know what Nature Boy.
I know you don't know him, but he lives like that. The white man has provided all these electronics for you. We shouldn't have them. The white man provided a toilet. We shouldn't have it. Yeah. You know, it sounds like that. And he is now a practicing Muslim, which is funny because he's in prison for life. But
yes, but he was my best friend. He went to prison, and when he came back, he was a Muslim, but he was a raw Muslim. You know, he would take.
He was your best friend before all this happened.
Yes, he was my best friend. He would take Rashid and play Russian roulette with him. I would want to leave, and he would take him. He was 3 years old. He was 5 years old. I was 3 years old. Yes, a week apart. He would take the gun, a sawed-off shotgun, and load it, and tell me I could leave. He was gonna kill him if I leave. And I was so afraid of him and the things and him beating me and beating the kids and everything. I feared it. I feared it with all my life. I knew that he would do what he said he would do.
Wow.
I believed it.
Wow. And so while you are locked in this closet, this 5x5 closet, every day, every night. You're barely eating. He is feeding you every 2 days, 3 days. He's having sex with you against your will, damn near every night. And so you end up getting pregnant. You spend 9 months pregnant there. You give birth there?
I give birth in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be a year before I would see my daughter.
So you give birth to your daughter and you don't see her for a year?
I don't see Rashid for 6 months. When I gave birth to Rashid, I didn't see Rashid for 6 months.
Why are you not seeing your kids for that amount of time?
Because I'm locked in there in the house.
So when you're in the hospital, are they saying like, ma'am, are you bruised? Did you not think you needed to ask for help? None of that?
I have a situation where I was pregnant with Jamila, my daughter, my first daughter, and he allowed me to go to the store and told me to come right back or he would kill Rashid.
Okay, so if you're in the hospital, he'll be like, you better not say nothing or I'll kill this kid.
He hit me in the head with a bottle, a baby bottle, because Jamila came out and I seen him. He kept me locked for 9 months, and when the babies was born, he would take the babies. He had a son that was 12, and I had a son that was 11, and they would take care of the baby for a year. He would take him and them 2 boys would take care of the baby. I didn't see my kids for a year, for 6 months. When I seen Jamila, he hit me in the head with a baby bottle, a 12-ounce baby bottle.
And back then, those were the glass ones,
glass bottle. Mm-hmm. Put me in the bathtub and his blood was just gushing out.
Oh my God.
I kept telling him I need to go to the hospital, and the kid was howling and screaming, told me, I was telling me, please help. He told me if I said anything, he would kill us all. And I went to the hospital and I had to lie and tell him that I slipped and fell in the glass going to the store.
Oh my God.
And that's how glass got in my head.
Oh my God.
But I couldn't tell the truth. But like I said, he had voodoo and I couldn't read it. But he kept the doors was all.
You said he felt like the man put a spell on her.
The windows was all nailed down. The doors was door locked. He didn't take the boys to school. I had to teach the boys. Whenever he would lock the babies up, he would let me come out into the living room with the other 2 boys. But it was a nightmare because the whole thing I did was ask God, why? This man's going to kill us. He's going to kill me. He's going to hit me one time and destroy me.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I'm surprised.
He came home one night around 2 o'clock in the morning with this girl. Took me out the bed, put me on the floor, and locked me out and had sex with that lady. He did that twice. So I'm like banging on the door. Why are you doing this to me? Why you gotta run me in the house? Why you taking me out the bed? I was young. I couldn't.
Taking you out the bed is diabolical. That's beyond. Like, you did not just take me out this bed.
Yes, they put her in it. And she sat there the next day and looked at me like she did nothing wrong.
Oh my God. Lyndah'd had to kill her.
Girl,
I had to kill her.
We're not to do this if I sat in the chair, an uncomfortable chair, pregnant, all night long while he slept in the bed with her.
And you were pregnant?
Yeah, I was pregnant.
Oh my, and she sat there looking at you pregnant.
Jamila, mine was gone. I was handcuffed for 9 months with her. And I would be in that closet. This is the first time it's ever happened to me. I would be in that closet trying to figure out why and how I could get away. I couldn't scream because the house stayed in the middle of the yard. It was a funny kind of house with a long driveway and a long backyard and way sideways.
And it was in the middle of a distance.
In the middle of a distance. It's like he picked that house out of her.
It had a perimeter around it, basically.
Yeah, and I couldn't scream. Mailman, he put the mailbox in the corner on the sidewalk instead of him coming to the house with the mail. And he would threaten the boys, and he would hit them in the chest and knock them up against the wall, and they slide down. He did so much to me. He did so much. I have so much to tell somebody that he did that will make you want to go back. And he's dead, y'all. He died of the disease. But I could say things that he did that, you know, if I hadn't took Ira away, he would killed Ira. Yeah. And Ira remembers the cold water thing.
Okay, so he remembers what happened.
He remembers. And he says he would kill him if he could. But he understands that God don't want that for him. But he's dead now, you guys. He's been dead about.
So that make him with that
4 years.
She said that make us want to dig him up and kill him again. Yeah. That is unfortunate. That is just horrible.
But the sad part about it was I didn't see my babies for a year. I was locked in the house. They was in the bedroom. I could hear him. He let Rashid cry for 2 days in a row, just on a blanket with no diaper, no bottle, and then he cried for 2 whole days. And there was nothing you could do because you was locked up. Because I was locked up. I could hear the abuse. I could hear him holler. I could hear the I could hear that, but when I could do it, I'm in the life. I'm in the closet. That's why Jamila said to do that. And that's why she can't be confined, because she was confined for 9 months in the closet. And I destroyed her mind because I would do like this when I was pregnant. I just couldn't understand how this was happening to me. Why I couldn't understand it, but once I tried to burn that hair, I had a hair this big and it wouldn't burn. We put kerosene lamp on it, it wouldn't burn. We put alcohol on it, it wouldn't burn. We cut a water hose and took gas out the car and poured gas over the hair and it wouldn't burn. It just seized. It's like, yeah. We took a hammer and we just beat it because we couldn't do nothing else with it. Yeah. Dang. That's crazy. But he cooked for 5 years. I had to eat whatever he eat. And when I did get away from him by the grace of God, and the funniest way I got away from him was we went to Alabama, and I was pregnant with baby. And we went to Alabama, and his mama was doing voodoo. I found out, and when I found out she was doing voodoo, she put us out. And we had to come back to LA. She put us out at 2 o'clock in the morning because I told her and she beat her granddaughter butt with a belt because she told me that grandma and her neighbor was voodoo on people. Bad things. Yeah. So she put us out. We came back to LA and got this motel in Washington and Crenshaw. Washington and Brea. And there was this white lady. She was high yellow. She wasn't white. She was high yellow. She was black, but she was high yellow. And he found cocaine in it. And that's the only thing saved
So he
him.
was on. So he had gotten on coke.
Drugs.
So that's what saved you.
That's what saved me.
Okay.
Drugs saved me.
Damn.
Drugs saved my life.
Damn. That's whoa.
Because he found cocaine. He found the pipe. And he asked one day he asked her for some more money, and he threatened her.
Mm-hmm.
So she go and she called her uncle, which is a police officer. They came and found the sawed-off shotgun in his car and took him to jail. That's the only way I got away from him.
Wait. Go back. Okay, he got on drugs, and then he asked someone for more drugs.
He asked the lady that owned the motel for more money. He threatened her, and she called the police on him. And they found the shot-off shotgun in his car, and he was
and he got arrested. That's how you got away. Because they found a gun in his car because he was threatening the fucking motel lady. Because he's disrespectful, a disrespectful ass man who thinks that he can mistreat women.
But let me tell y'all this. This man, his name was, never mind, I ain't gonna say his name.
Yeah.
This man killed my sister. He murdered my sister.
How did he do that?
He slid her throat.
Why wasn't he in prison?
No, this was young. This was before
All the abuse?
This was before all the abuse. He went to jail and did 20 some odd years for murder.
What made you get with him then?
I didn't know he did it.
Until you already...
After.
Oh my goodness.
I found out that he was wonderful.
Ooh-wee. Wow.
So my children's auntie was killed by
their father.
Yeah. But I didn't know all this until I got abused. And I found out that and my grandfather, my mom, her wife, my uncle, and my cousin came to the house, the security house, to get us. And he took the sawed-off shotgun and put it at Rashid's head and told me that he said, if you don't tell them to leave, so they came to get me. They came to get me. He said, if you don't tell them to leave, I'm going to shoot Papa and I'm going to shoot Rashid and I'm going to tell Miss Annie ass up. That's what he told me. And I went and cried and pleaded with them to leave. I'd be all right. Because he said he's trying to shoot Papa first, then Rashid, reload and shoot my mama. And I had to stay.
Oh my God.
I wasn't able to leave. But he did so much, I can't even think of everything. And I always thought that I would never ever forget. I don't forget.
Well, maybe it's a good thing that you forgot. Well, that's why I didn't put you on with the actual audience. Like, that's why we're just recording, because I didn't want you to be nervous. I still wanted to just be you and I speaking. You know what I'm saying? And of course we're recording, but it's just me and you. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's for 5 years I suffered. But it was the leader. My oldest son, I ran, he hit me behind my sister when we were young, 15, 16 years old. I broke both of these. I ran over him in the car, broke both of his legs. My son's father. I broke both of his legs. I'm a fighter. I don't play. I fought my sister. I fought people at school. I fought boys at school. I'm a fighter. I wouldn't take what he did to my children. I wouldn't let him do what he did to me. But it was something stronger that I had to control. I couldn't understand. That's why I took Ira to Big Ira and told him, something's happening to me and I don't understand what it is. I can't understand why I'm going through what I'm going through. It's like I know this is wrong, but there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing in the house to say stab this motherfucker 1,000 times.
But you feel like that's what you need to do sometimes?
No, I wanted to do that, but it wasn't enough to do with me. It was just a couch and a chair like that.
Yeah. Damn. That is one hell.
We had to eat off the floor. We had no table. And whatever we ate, he had paper plates and paper napkins, plastic forks and stuff. But he kept everything in the car. He kept all the plastic cans. There was nothing I could just...
Nothing you could use to harm him or even try to dig your way out with.
You know.
Yeah,
And he
that's
kept me
insane.
locked up for 2 years. 2 years. He's pregnant. I got pregnant. I had Jamila, and he got on me, had sex with me, and I got pregnant with the baby. I took a sheet and wrapped it around my belly and around my neck because she was so heavy. I couldn't carry it. I just dropped Jamila. It's like the day I came home from the hospital with Jamila got on me. So I got pregnant.
The day you came home from the hospital?
I came home from the hospital, he got on me.
Oh my God, you're supposed to wait 6 weeks before you even think about having sex again.
That's why I had to carry her with I couldn't hold it.
Yeah, your muscles was weak.
9 months I carried it. It was painful. I suffered the whole 9 months. And
I know it was. Your body, it takes at least two years to heal after having a child.
yeah,
So the fact that, your muscles were still stretched and your pelvic bones were still separated and they never got a chance to go back before getting pregnant again that's why.
so I suffered a lot. I suffered becoming from my father abusing me, beating me with a belt, watching him beat my mother and hitting her in the head with a telephone and knocking her out and going to her trying to revive her and call mama and everything. I never had nothing good. I don't know what it is to have a good man. My Irish father did things to me. I got on heroin early. He did things to me.
So did that man get you on drugs?
No.
Okay.
He just took everything of life from me.
Okay. So he just drained you.
He drained me.
Oh my goodness. I'm in shock to even hear that shit. Like that just really just shocked the hell out of me. I didn't know it was that like deep to where it was like you found out that he killed your sister.
Yes.
All this other stuff. To me, that's absolutely insane.
Now the thing about it, who told me he did? My sister. In her deathbed. It was like her daughter. She has 2 kids, a boy and a girl. He's dead now, but the daughter lives in Atlanta. The leader. He went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And this was after I can't remember. When he got out of prison, he went to jail. In the beginning, he went to jail for robbing a casino in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It was all outside now. He tried to rob the casino. He had a shootout with the police out there, so he did time for that. When he came back, he was looking for me, but I didn't want him to find me.
Mm-hmm.
And he seen my sister because we stayed on 42nd and Broadway in LA. He found her one day and told her he wanted to see Linda, and I had a baby. I had 2 kids already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think how it went away. How he killed her. He was looking for me. And he told my sister to see me, to find me and tell him he wanted to see. I had children for him. This is after he went to jail behind the lady in the motel. He went to jail and did 20 years for the sawed-off shotgun.
Okay.
He did 20 years for the sawed-off shotgun at the motel. We got on cocaine, okay?
Mm.
When he got out of jail for that motel sawed-off shotgun lady, he was looking for us. Now she had 2 kids at the time, a boy and a girl, 5 and 6, or 4 and 6.
Mm.
I told her, she told me that he was out of jail. I said, I don't want to see him because he was abusing me. He was doing all this stuff when I was free. I mean, for 20 years I was free. I was scared to go to the same grocery store. I was scared to go out on the same street.
I would have been too.
I was scared to walk to my house, to my car for 2 years. I was afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I was just that afraid for my life. But I knew he was locked up. I knew he was going to get out. When he got out, now my sister drank. She said, I have a house. I took her daughter out after she was killed. She would come to my house and my daughter would talk to her daughter would talk to her. She'd be, ha ha mama, you're so funny, ha 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 mama. I go in there, I said, Jackie, who are you talking to? She said, I'm talking to my mama, auntie. Swear to God. And the room would be so cold. It was unbelievable cold. So one day I started to put her in school and I had a dress. And I put her in front of me, just like I said, Jackie, hold your arms up like this so I can put the dress on. I held her. And by the time I took her dress and put it over, I threw a complete picture. She gave me a whole version of what happened. She showed me him walking in the gate, knocking at the door. She was on the couch and she had a drink. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. She got up and she said, "Who in the fuck knocking on my door this time of night?" He said, "Johnny." She said, "What the fuck you want?" I can hear everything. It was like just like I'm watching this movie right here. It was so clear. And I just pulled the dress over her eye, over her clothes, over her body. Just it happened just that fast. She opened the door and she had a chain on it. And I had told her that after what he did to us, I don't never want to see him no more. Don't tell me when I'm at. He couldn't find me. Do you know she pushed the drink in his face because he cussed at her and she like, "Get you." And he pushed the door open and he was putting his nail, a knife. He took it and slit her knife.
Slit her neck.
Pushed the door open, went all the way to the bathroom and seen the babies in the bed. Came back, went to the living room, took her TV and the food stamps out of the wallet, out of the purse. And then he went and took the blanket off the babies and covered her up and left. This is what she showed me. I seen it. I was so sincere about what happened. I went to the police with it. That's how they know I knew he did it. They wound up telling me that he was him.
That's crazy.
So her vision, the vision that she showed me was true. And the only reason that Jonte and Jackie found their mama was that morning they got up and they seen her in the blood and the knife in her neck. And they were shaking her for a long time. Mama, wake up, mama, wake up. And finally they went downstairs to my grandfather and uncle and said, "There's something wrong with mama, come see." They go up there and find her like that. That Jackie and Jonte had to go to therapy for years.
I bet
Jackie
you they did.
Shakes because that's how she seen her mom, and it affected her. So they still have issues about it.
So how do you feel having kids by somebody that's killed your sister, though?
How do you think? And it was by force. My first baby was by rape. That nigga right there was by rape. His daddy raped me, and I got pregnant. I wasn't trying to have no kids.
Right.
I was 15 years old. I wasn't trying to have no baby. But his children were by force. Before the force began, he had just got a jail again. And him and his oldest son, was sleeping in a Cadillac, a 69 Cadillac, green. And I was staying with mom and daughter. Do you know that I had money saved? And by him being my friend, before he went to prison that day, he was my friend.
Right.
He was my friend.
You think you know him?
Yeah. You know him.
Yeah.
Leader. This man, the house, I said, I'll get a 3-bedroom apartment, Johnny. Get a boy, because I had a boy, he had a boy. I said, get a boy in the room, you take the room, and I take the room. I'm grown.
Right.
He grown. These boys is 7 and 8 years old. So we get in a room together in the jungle. Do you know that on my birthday, my stepsister came to get me, and we were cool, just being friends. He did his Muslim thing, I did my thing. I ate my white bread, he ate his sweet bread. But the night of my birthday, I told him between the night, I can't remember what year this was. She came and he told me I was looking good to something. I had brand new shoes on that I had bought. I had a brand new outfit on.
Okay, hot mama.
I had a body and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He told me I couldn't go. And we fought about it. We argued about it. But he wouldn't let me go.
Mm-hmm.
He had sex with me. And after that, he controlled me.
Mm. So that's how it started.
That's how it started.
You let him get away with one thing, and that nigga
thing.
Went.
After that, the
berserk.
bread had to go. After that, the meat had to go. After that, the television show had to go. Everything had to go.
Slowly controlling you.
I fought it. I used to fight. I used to fight with it, push it and kick it and spit and everything else. But it got where I couldn't do it no more. He started hitting me harder, and I couldn't take it. So I laid back and just. But I got pregnant, and I really had an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And he went through my room and found the birth control pills. Whooped my motherfucking ass. My eyes were black. Both of them were cold.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
He found the pills and found the papers where I had the abortion. Stayed on me. He locked Rashid, he locked Dion and Tony out the apartment and had sex with me for 3 days in a row all day long until I got pregnant. Made me have Rashid. I couldn't, and he kept me locked up in the house, in the room. This is before we got to the house where he was. I was able to fight him, and before he could get his food and put the food in me, I was wow.
Right.
I wasn't controlling him.
Right.
But once he started being able to control me voodoo-wise and abusively, because that motherfucker hit me so hard, it was like I seen 9 years of life.
Damn.
It was so hard.
He was just wailing on your ass.
He was wailing on me.
That's crazy as hell.
When he found out that I had an abortion, he stayed with me for 3 days in a row. And he would make the boys stay in the room and get his food in the room. And he would wait and then get back on, just get back on. I was so low out. I was so weird. But that's how I did. And it was just right after I had the abortion. So that's how I got pregnant with Rashid.
Gotcha.
And I got stuck with Rashid because he watched my every move. When we got in the house, he locked me up.
Damn. That is wild as hell.
Yes, he locked me up. And I was locked up every day for 2 years, 2 pregnancies.
Bro. You know that nigga went straight to hell when he died. You know that nigga went straight
But you know what?
to HE double hockey stick.
Baby girl, this baby loves his dirty girl. That was her day. Now I told her everything. I told her things that I ain't telling y'all people. I said things that I ain't started saying to you. It's so much more. It's so much more. But she loved him for some reason. That was her daddy. And she took care of him when he got sick. And she buried his ass. And he left her all his money. But you can't tell her nothing about her daddy. But I told her how he did. And do you know he had sex with Jamila?
Who?
He molested Jamila.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God,
He molested?
Jamila.
At what age?
She was grown. She had a child. She had Daria already.
How did that happen?
She said he came over to her apartment with a bag of weed and sat there and smoked and drank with her and got her loaded and then just asked when he touched her. She told me. She came crying to me and told me what he did. I wanted to kill him, but
this is her biological father.
This is her daddy. She said he molested her, and she laid there crying, bawling and not until she came and told me about it. Yeah, I told him about it, but he swear to God that she wanted it.
Man, she wanted it. Man,
She came crying.
When I tell you that shit just made me mad, that just pissed me off. That shit just made me very upset.
But she loves that motherfucker.
Does she?
She loves him.
She was, wow.
She loves him now. That's her daddy. He can't do no wrong. And I told her he would beat me. But nothing to me. He would unhandcuff me, girl. I swear to God, Dion and my mama, he would unhandcuff me and just start welding on me. Just punching me. kicking. You know, I got a mark. You can barely see it. It was that long. But he would wear Converse tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I was pregnant with a baby. I was pregnant with Jamila, and Rashid was about 3 months old. He unhandcuffed me. For some reason, he just came in mad. And he was taking me to the bathroom.
We gotta stay in this area.
I was going to the bathroom. He was taking a handcuff me. He was taking me to the bathroom. I swear to God, it's the truth. He was taking me to the bathroom. He had Rashid on the floor in the bedroom, then on the floor. And I went to Gwen. And I ain't seen my baby.
Yeah, you want to pick your son up.
Yeah, and he hit me. And I fell. And he started cussing me out. And he took them tennis shoes. And I had to be like, I was like this, pregnant. 8, 7 months pregnant. He kicked the whole skin off my arm.
Oh my
all the way down
gosh.
to the white part. And it started stinking because I had put a towel over it. And it just started swelling up and it was raw and it started stinking. He went and got some witch hazel and nursed it back together. But the fact is that he kicked the skin off me trying to, because I wanted to see Rashid.
That's crazy.
But he did so much. I can't remember everything.
That's okay.
It was so horrible.
Okay, well, because you're crying, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video right here. But I do want to say that it's funny how this fictional horror story by B.C. Andrews resonates so closely to your actual real life of being locked in a closet, an attic, whatever the case, and having to go through all these horrible things, not having it be unique. That type of betrayal by somebody that you love is it has to be fucking devastating. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. But you're in the difference in the rivalry in the stories is that this mother didn't give a damn to go get her kids. You're in the closet trying to get to your children. So, that's a whole different thing. The crazy part is the outcome is the same, where there's respect lost from the child to the mom or the parent to the other parent because of the abuse or because of the circumstance. So just sad overall, but I do want to thank Miss Linda for sharing with us today. Miss Linda, you're welcome to come back anytime you want to talk to us and let us know what's been going on or what has gone on that you were able to overcome. I got to say, to watch her today, you've overcome it. You know how? Because he's gone. So you need to be healed. You're healing, but you overcome it.
I need to grow up.
That man looked just like. Yeah.
I need to grow up from birth, from being a little girl beat by my father. I remember.
Yeah. You have PTSD basically, and that's why it's post-traumatic stress syndrome, and that's why you're having these flashbacks of what happened, and you're having these dreams.
My son, I don't want to talk to you unless I talk to him about something that's happening this moment on.
Yeah, you don't even want to talk about the past because it's so freaking traumatic. It's a lot that goes into that. That's some fucking traumatic ass shit. Hold on.
Thing about it is,
1 second, okay.
The thing about it is, I already tried to get a camera because I tried to tell him I need to talk about this. It bothers me. I have nightmares still, and it's 30 some odd years. How old I see it is? 40 some years.
Shit, he damn near 40, girl.
I'm going through it.
Yeah, 40 something. Yeah, they're 40 something.
43 or 44.
Yeah,
I'm still going through it. I need to grow the fuck up. I need to come up with everything that I know. Believe it, I swear to God. If I keep talking to you about the things that man did to make you grow up, find it great.
And dig it up.
Dig it up.
That's what I know it is. But I feel like what you need to really do is get into some like therapy.
I know.
And
I can't talk like therapy like I talk to you.
Right. Yeah. It's a different. Oh yeah. That's a huge difference.
Now see, when I received him with Best Buy the camera, he brought a little camera and the stand and everything. And I said, baby,
you were supposed to film and talk about it.
It's a tape code.
Mm-hmm.
I need over an hour to set. I said, but even if it was 100%, I still would like to do it. Thank you so much. It's so much that Ira did.
I know it is
so
so
much
much.
that Dion Daddy did.
I know it is.
It's so much that it's just so much that they did. I ain't never had a good man. I ain't never had nothing good. I've been in prison in my head when I was a baby to my dad. Knowing how, just remembering the bell and the hint and the
yeah, it's PTSD, and you should have it from this man hitting you in your head and locking you in the closet, not feeding you. Of course,
I was a bitch. My daddy he died. He died of cancer. He was pink, and he called me one day. But my name was a dumb motherfucker and a stupid bitch. Every time he seen me. But he did repent and ask you for forgiveness.
Did that man that abused you, your children, did he ever ask you for forgiveness?
No, he told me when he got out of prison, Jamil, he found Jamil on the street. He recognized her, and she was on the streets at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she brought it to me, and he told me I could do anything he wanted. I asked him, I said, why did you hurt me like you hurt me and our children? Why did you beat me like that? Why did you do those things to me? Mm-hmm. I didn't do nothing wrong.
He said he ain't do nothing wrong.
I ain't do nothing wrong. I did what God told me to do. I said, no, you couldn't do that. He said, well, do whatever you think you can do with me right now, and be done with it. I took my hand, got on his knees, and told him to just do whatever I felt like doing, to him, shoot him, kill him, stab him, whatever I wanted to do. I just I hit him so hard that my hand hurt all the way up to my shoulder. It hurt so bad. That's all I could do, and I walked away. And I told the little girl, never bring him around me anymore. Then he kept coming around Jamila. He picked her off the street and bring her to me. But she wanted to come wherever I was at. You know, I was in Ron and one where I was getting high, and he was just giving me the money. I just he was bringing him, but he died.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say this. And I'm going to end this video. We're gonna but because I would eat, but he deserves everything he gets after his death. Trust that.
I don't even know what
hell. Hell yeah.
He was living in hell.
And then may he burn in his will. God bless him. All right, you guys. Sorry. I'm just waking up. Again, this was a podcast that we were supposed to do yesterday. I'm just waking up. Everything's a mess. My hair is half twisted. I just wanted to make sure that I came on here and did that for you guys because it was very necessary. As you can see, and like I pointed out, Flowers in the Attic is a story of a group of children whose mother had to flee to her mother's house, and then they locked the children in the attic, and it reminded me of that particular story, which is why I wanted to make sure that I put this up for you guys today. But that was a grueling and gruesome story to hear. I apologize for the last minute and lateness, y'all. I remember watching Flowers in the Attic as a child, and I just remember it being very traumatizing. I remember them like eating off of a muffin that a rat ate off of. And I just remember it being extremely traumatizing for me. I would always put myself in the place of these books. In these books, I would put myself in the place of these characters, and I would relate to them in that way. In the film of it all, because the book was turned into a film, you got to visually see these children locked in the basement, little brother, little sister crying, wondering what's going on, and the two older siblings having to take care of the younger ones. Whereas in Lyndah's case, she was locked in a closet and her children were outside the closet. So it was a reverse Flowers in the Attic situation. Very sad, very heart-wrenching to listen to.
And we have unfortunately come to the end of this video. Again, this was a short podcast this time around. I was supposed to do this last night. This is last minute impromptu. I'm going to be back with a live to explain everything in a little while, but I need to get up and get myself dressed and started. So I will be back. Thank you guys for joining me. All of those who joined, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Peace.